No luck, just strategy and stress. Welcome to the battlefield, this is Kormega chess.
It's your boy Kormega again, and I've got another game to show you this evening. This was a game I played earlier today. It was against a very strong player called Shark Academy, who's got a bullet rating of 2440 on chess.com. He's from Ecuador, I believe. Yeah, he's from Ecuador. And we had a very interesting game today. Ended in a draw, but I wanted to just show off the game because I really liked how I played the game, and I thought there was a lesson, an instruction hidden, a story hidden in there somewhere, and I wanted to share that with you again. So we will start from the very beginning. I played e4 and he played d5. I believe this is what is called the Scandinavian, if I'm correct. I've forgotten a lot of these things, but I think that's what this is called. Anyways, now I played something that I don't really play all the time. Instead of taking the pawn on d5, I advanced my e pawn to e5. And the intention is to hopefully be able to take up space by forming a chain with my pawns with my D and C pawns. But I don't think he let me do that in this game because he pushed d4 immediately. And d4 irritates me because it is a very annoying interruption to my plans, and it prevents me from quickly establishing the pawn chain in the center. So I challenge the d4 pawn with c3. The engine really doesn't like that and recommends bishop b5 check. But obviously in a bullet setting, I'm not always able to work out the best moves, but you know, we'll see how it goes. So he takes on c3. I take back with my knight, developing a piece, with one move, I'm developing a piece and I'm recapturing the pawn. And it's always good when you make a move that kills two birds with one stone. It just makes the move all the more better if you can accomplish two goals with just one simple stroke. He plays knight c6. I respond with knight f3, defending the pawn that's being attacked by his knight, as you can see by the arrows. And then he pins my knight to my queen. Very annoying move. So I do the same. I pin his knight to his king. He chases my bishop away with with a6, and I take his knight with a check, doubling his pawns. So that was something I thought, it'd be a small win, double up his pawns, and then see how I can continue developing. So I castle. The engine doesn't really like that, and the eval bar goes down a bit. So he plays e6, and then I defend the pawn again because I foresee a time when this knight will not be there and my queen won't be there either. So he comes with bishop c5, attacking my f2 pawn. I come out to a4 with my queen, attacking the pawn on c6 and also attacking his bishop. He does the right thing, which is take the knight on f3, doubling up my pawns, and then defends the pawn on c6. I bring my knight to the center, attacking his bishop. Knight e4. He moves his bishop back to e7. And then I defend my e5 pawn with the push to d4. He brings his knight out to h6, and I take the knight with one simple move. I'm developing my bishop, and I'm also exchanging a piece that could be a problematic piece for me in future. So I really like that move. He takes back, and then I bring my rook to the center. Now, I think the rook would have served better here on the c file, attacking that pawn, instead of just bringing it here as a secondary defender to the d4 pawn, which is already protected by the queen, by the way. Anyways, We continue. He continues with rook check on the g file. I hide my king, brings his queen to d5, effectively pinning this knight to the king. There's an x-ray from the queen all the way to the king. So I bring my rook where I should have brought it in the first place, to c1. He defends with his king. The engine doesn't like that. And the engine actually recommends rook c5 to attack the queen. But isn't that going to be taken by the bishop? Is that... Oh, I see. He can't do that because of this shot. Oof. I need to learn how to see these things better. I absolutely do need to learn how to see these things better. Anyway, I brought my rook to c3. Obviously, it's a bullet game, so I need to reiterate that it's not always the best moves that come out during bullet. Doesn't mean you don't know how to play the game. It just means that there isn't sufficient time to process every single tactic or, every single idea. So we continue. a5. I bring my other rook up, doubling on the c6 pawn. He defends. He defends very well, actually. And then I call for the queen exchange. He brings his other rook up. I protect the pawn. He doubles up on the b file. And then I check with my knight. Not a great move. Bishop takes knight. Pawn times bishop. Rook down. Check. King moves. I take his rook. He takes. And then I come. At this point, I'm beginning to panic because these pawns look very vulnerable. They look very vulnerable. So we continue playing. I bring my rook up. He brings his rook attacking this pawn. I defend the pawn. He comes down attacking this and this. I defend the f pawn and then he takes the pawn on a1. So this is where I begin to crack. So I come here begging for the exchange, and for some reason he obliges by taking my rook. So we exchange rooks. Now, prior to the exchange, I didn't think I had much of a chance in this game of getting even a draw, talk less of a win. But now it doesn't seem so far-fetched. He's got doubled pawns here, double pawns here. Even though numerically he has the superior pawn advantage, he has one pawn more than I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 6. But his pawns, and this is one of the reasons why doubled pawns are a liability. And you want to avoid them as much as possible. If you do not know how to employ them in a position, then I would say do not, just try and avoid having these sort of pawns, because this is effectively one pawn, with the exception of certain positions. Anyways, so we continue. He plays f6. I move my king up. He pushes to f5. Very interesting move. Clamping down on the position. Now we're running out of moves. These pawns aren't going anywhere because they're all locked. These ones, potentially, if they can get out of each other's way. We continue. I move my king to e3. He moves to f7. I come back to f3. He comes to g6. I move to g3. h5. King h3. King back. King h4. He moves away from his pawns and I attack the pawns. I play h4, knowing he has to move away. And I don't know why I didn't take that pawn. I just played f3. Came back up, and that's a draw. Now, the reason it's a draw is because my king can't move anywhere. I can't move back because of this pawn. I can't move forward because of my pawn. I can't move back because of my other pawn. And his king has blocked off g6, which would have been my other retreat square. I thought the game was really good. There were no spectacular tactics, but I feel like I held my own against, someone who's at least, 300 points above me in terms of elo strength. And I managed to secure a draw. Tell me if there was anything I could have done differently that would have possibly perhaps helped me win this game. And if you think that Black could have capitalized on the position and his material superiority to win the game, Let me know what moves you think he could have played and at what point. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch up with you on the next turn. Keep playing chess.
Kormega on the board, mind sharp like a sword. Every move divine, that's a checkmate chord. No bluff, no luck, just strategy and stress. Welcome to the battlefield, this is Kormega chess.